topic, we're going to talk about gang banging. I don't mean women, I mean gangsters banging. I really don't think banging is permittable today. You should gang bang.
Kids talking gang talk, walking gang walk.
You never know what another person been through till you really find out what it do.
Choices. Kids talking gang talk, walking gang walk.
You never know what another person been through till you really find out what it do.
Choices.
Look, today's slightly different from the 80s. Separated from greatness, killing up all the babies. Sickening and so degrading, gripping and blooding daily. Never gonna let this save me. Your winners done hitting graves. Me still standing, amazing, suffering complications and contemplating, debating, time for retaliation. You new to this banging, you're quick to join in the game when you don't even know the half about what set you be claiming. All these new fools, new crews, bloody blue shoes, so woo. Hang yourself with a loose noose, no truth. You the fool if you don't hear when it's real. You plan to deal with your life, one day you bound to get killed. I done walked through the hood, seen a lot of blood spill. Mama's crying, babies dying, getting served in the field. Don't regret the way I feel about today in the game. Don't make no sense for you to drive up in this death lane, my nigga.
Kids talking gang talk, walking gang walk.
You never know what another person been through till you really find out what it do.
Choices. Kids talking gang talk, walking gang walk.
You never know what another person been through till you really find out what it do.
Choices.
Gang, gang, everybody got something to say, bro. Brothers in the streets getting stretched out like Play-Doh. Wear the right colors or better watch what you say, bro. Or get your face peeled off by a barrel of that Draco. Take no prisoners in this lane. There's prisoners in this gang, a sick thing. But some of y'all wouldn't understand the gang lane has changed. Now everybody banging. Online with that bullish and the fake sense you claiming. Fugazi, hit the streets and catch your fade. Bullets get more hits than the internet do daily. Sadie up in these streets without that social media shame. Many that I get claimed got shot from another gang. Blessing that I remain, so real that I can't complain. I'm able to spit this game, yeah, Yogi gon' keep it sane. And keep away from the flame and mentally train the brain. And whatever else that I can claim, I'm changing the game. Woo.
Kids talking gang talk, walking gang walk.
You never know what another person been through till you really find out what it do.
Choices. Kids talking gang talk, walking gang walk.
You never know what another person been through till you really find out what it do.
Choices.
Listen, here's a little gesture. Stand up for yourself when you're feeling a lot of pressure. Got to go address ya. Actually, what's that you claim? Colors that you be wearing and sagging it like a bang. That ain't gon' get you nowhere. Homie, don't even go there. Hit me up on my hip and stop acting as if I don't care. You know where I've been up in it and out of it for a minute. And it ain't never gon' finish until we all get diminished. Tell me really who's with it. And it ain't never gon' stop. With the killing your brothers and getting shot by the cops. Now look at the situation becoming an occupation that's spreading across the nation. System really is tainted. Stay related with the ones that done been there before. Get some pointers, learn some lessons about the do's and don'ts. It's better to be square, no negative over there. Let's politic with each other and put one up in the air. Let's go.
Kids talking gang talk, walking gang walk.
You never know what another person been through till you really find out what it do.
Choices. Kids talking gang talk, walking gang walk.
You never know what another person been through till you really find out what it do.
Choices. Kids talking gang talk, walking gang walk.
You never know what another person been through till you really find out what it do.
Choices. Kids talking gang talk, walking gang walk.
You never know what another person been through till you really find out what it do.
Choices.
Yes, sir. Bring it. We got the Diamond Effect, everyone. Much love and respect to every single person that's coming in and tuning in and chilling with your boys. Appreciate you guys from the bottom of our heart. And man, what a great way to go ahead and bring this all to light for our very first show for the Diamond Effect. We got Archbishop himself. We got Big Bone 1%, and also myself. We got a very special guest today, Archbishop. Who are we bringing on to the show?
Today, first off, let me do this. Let me say this, because I always say it every show. What up, though?
What up, though?
So we
That's right.
Man, you know what, man? This is a long time coming, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've been talking about this for months.
Yeah, man. We've been trying to get this trifecta going. And I think we got it. I think we got the right little formula right here to see what we're gonna make it do what it do.
That's right.
Uh,
That's right.
but today, one of our special guests today is going to be Bobby Worthy, and Bobby Worthy is the founder of the of Justice League United. Now he's going to go through and tell you all about that. But this man here is packed full of information, man. He has been around the world and did something. You know, he
Right.
was also a Black Panther. He was in the Black Panther Party. Then he was in the new Black Panther Party. Now he's in. Now he started Justice League United. He's a lawyer,
Wow.
and he's he's a he's a new day activist. You know,
Right.
he's one that he's gonna go after the man for doing all the shit that they try to put off on us. Then he's the one that you go to go after them. You know what I
Wow.
mean? So
Hmm.
that dude. But yeah, man, he's a real good friend of ours. You know, he's like I said, he's packed full of information. Like I said, this is gonna be a damn good show.
Well, let's bring in Bone. How you feeling, Big Bone 1%? How you doing today?
Man, hey, I'm good. I'm very excited, man. I'm very
Mhm.
excited. This is the inaugural launch of the Diamond Effect.
That's right.
Y'all can tell I was just running up and downstairs, I was doing stuff. But nah, real talk. I'm very excited because Bishop has been working on this for quite a little bit. We've talked about a lot of different things and ideas and this and another thing, and the best place to make it happen. And so he had this vision, and this is it. So I'm excited. And I think, like he said, this ought to be a hell of a good show. Bobby's here, of course, Bishop, yourself. Y'all graced me with opportunity to be here to say a thing or two. Bobby's coming on, and I'm digging it. I'm very excited. Very excited.
That's what's up. Well, let's.
And happy New Year. Let me say that.
And that too. That too. Hey, absolutely. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and all that stuff. Absolutely.
Right. That's out there around 7. But before we bring Bobby in and get the thing going, though, we want to see how everybody's holiday was. So
That's right.
So, me and you talked earlier, and I know you still going through your holiday right now. You know.
Oh wow.
Yeah, let me see.
Extended Christmas or what's going on here?
No, it's a family affair. It's a family. Man, look, family. You love them, right? You love them, right?
You're forced to love them.
No, okay. Well, it's been challenging. I'll say it like that. It's been challenging because not like the regular folks and all like that. Immediate family, hey, no problem. Everybody's good, but when they them extended motherfuckers, woo, Lord of mercy,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's challenging, but and it's a lot of them. There's a lot of them, but no, it's all good though. Just been I'm looking forward to January the 1st when I can hit that woosah shit.
So,
I think we're all broke. I think we're all broke by the 1st. We're trying to pay our rent on the 1st. I don't want it to be the 1st.
You broke before the 1st. You was already broke before the 1st even came.
Yeah, it was broke. It was destined to be broke a month ago.
Yeah.
See, the only thing that goes on after the 1st that you worry about is that you worry about trying to get them kids back to school because they done drove your ass crazy for the past 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That part.
Yeah. Trust me. Got 2 of them myself. Like, let's go. Yeah. But
so
with
holiday, Mike?
Well, shoot, man, I can't complain. It was definitely it's been hard because I think everyone's kind of feeling the economy right now. But at the same token, I had probably one of the best Christmas that I've ever had. I got to spend it with my family and my close friends, and couldn't have had a better holiday. Which was, man, I wasn't really expecting to say that, to be real, but hey, I'm super stoked that it went well. That's what we wanted to do, right? So, but yeah, with no further ado, why don't we bring Bobby onto the stage and let's go ahead and have him discuss some of the things that some of the accolades that he's got. And so, go ahead, Arch.
Well, let's before we bring him in,
sure,
let's let everybody know what it is we about to talk about.
Okay, bring it up. Let's do it.
Okay, so in today's fast-paced and interconnected world, it's not uncommon to feel some sense of disconnection and confusion about what is happening in society. Many people find themselves constantly questioning what is wrong with society these days. And as you see, the media and social media and mainstream media and everything else is really not helping the situation. So today on this podcast, we're gonna dive deep into the 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 whole chaos which is now considered modern society. So let me ask you this question though. And I'm gonna ask this for everybody for you to think about what it is that we get ready to talk about here. Have you noticed that the stuff that we consider okay right now in 2023 was not okay in 2015, was not okay in 2010, was not okay in 2000? Why is it okay now? And why is it that most of the stuff that's going on right now is targeting our children, this next generation? And if it continues to do that, and it continues to follow that course, the generation Z is basically doomed, which means we're doomed. So when we get old enough that we depending on this generation to help us out, based on what's going on right now, you might as well go and kill your damn self because it ain't gonna happen. So this is what we're gonna talk about today. What is it that's going on? The reason why it's going on, and what is it that can be done to change this before this becomes Babylon? That's what we're talking about.
Man, it's heavy. It's heavy, and it's true, man. And that's why we have this titled "One Man, Many Missions." You know, we have a man right here that we're about to bring on that has many accomplishments, many accolades, many things that he's accomplished in his life, and yet he still has a ton of missions to go. And shoot, he was actually just dealing with a pretty hardcore emergency as he was coming onto the show within minutes ago. So it's happening as we speak. And so he really is on a mission. So with no further ado, I'd like to bring him up on the stage. Let's bring him up and say a warm welcome to Bobby over here. What's going down, Bobby?
Peace and blessings, man. How y'all doing?
Doing well.
What's going on, Bobby?
Oh man, that's the man. The other day, man. I appreciate y'all bringing me to the show, man. To give what little bit of knowledge I got out there, to help somebody. If I help one, it's better than none. You know, as he said, I was just perfect. Yeah.
You're being shy, Bobby. You're being shy, but you know, like humble. Right? But,
Okay, but let me introduce myself, and I want to correct some things Bishop said. I'm not a licensed lawyer. I do have a law degree. I believe the system is irreversibly broken, and the people that empower the attorney and judges are the ones that we need to hold accountable, and that's the state bar, or wherever the state bar in your state is. Those are the ones that empower all the crooked judges, crooked lawyers, and all that. So with that said, let me back up and introduce myself. Bishop did a pretty good job, but I am the National Judge Advocate General for my organization, the Justice League United. I'm also the former National Minister of Law and Justice for the New Black Panther Party, and also former investigators for the Black Lawyers of Justice under Attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz. And also I was one of the 3 candidates for the Georgia State Conference president for the NAACP this year. I lost, but I plan to run again in 2 years. And with that said, y'all, I'm ready to roll.
So can I at least say happy birthday, Bobby? Because that's what I was trying to say is happy birthday, Bobby.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's always happy when I can. Yeah.
I would
it's
imagine
always
you don't even celebrate it.
I know where I don't. I mean, I do. I mean, amongst family and friends, it's just another day to me right now. I mean, just another day that I'm turned another year older. I'm 26 today. Nah, I actually turned 57 today. So,
Congratulations! Well, yeah, another year alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know some of us didn't make it.
Yeah.
Some of us in our own accord didn't make it. Some of us on there. But I'm ready for y'all questions, man. We can get this thing to moving.
let's start from here. You know, I wrote down 10 things that I thought personally was wrong with society. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna start with the first one, and I'll let you answer, I'll let Bone answer, I'll let Mike Ball answer, and then we'll hit it down the line.
Right on.
Gotcha.
So the first thing I have is lack of empathy. You know what I mean? It's basically people becoming increasingly self-centered, less empathetic towards others. You know, just basically people are just turned to be really cold-hearted, selfish people these days. You know, I think that's um, the first part of our society changing like it is. You know what I mean? It's like people has increasingly become more how you say hibernated, and when you do actually see them, their whole mindset is off. So, what do each of you think about that? I mean, have you seen that? Let's
That's to
start with
me into one.
Yep.
any one of you can start. Let's start with Bone, since Bone was right up under me. We'll start with Bone and with Luke.
You're muted, Bum. You're still muted.
Unmute yourself, Bone. Hmm. Well, while he's working on it,
It's on
go ahead,
his side.
Bobby. It's on your side, Bone.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Bobby. We'll let him work on what he got going
All
on.
right, all right, okay, yeah. Well, but as we spoke before, and on y'all other show, um, and like you just mentioned, it's the mindset. We have to, if we want effective change in this world, we have to change the mindset of our people. That's both. When I say our people, I mean black and white, because now it's filtering into the black man. We must destroy what is destroying the mindset of our youth. And what in today's it's not everything, but it is the core thing behind that supports the black on black crime, murder, rape. It preaches all and teaches this to our youth, and that's rap music. Rap music of the day it's all right if you listen to it at a certain age. When you're 14 and 15 years old, you start letting your children listen. That's fine because their mindset is can't be too much interfered at that age to change that the music would change their mindset. But if you let your children at 3 and 4 years old listen to this type of music, then their mindset is going to be what Minister Farrakhan said we are in a mental state of slavery, and we don't even know it. And that's like rap music. And I mentioned I say this sometimes too, and I have to correct myself. I'm getting better at it. Is the loosely using the N word, using the N word toward each other, around each other, with each other, and then we accepting the N word as a word of honor and respect towards each other and with each other, not just accepting it as a word of honor and respect. We now have become it has become a common household word between teenagers now. And then rap music promotes all that. Not only does it promote that, it promotes our young women being called B's and H's and accepting being called B's and H's. Not only are they accepting being called B's and H's, they're calling themselves that now. I'm the B you don't want to mess with. I'm that H you don't know about. Really? That is a serious mental state of slavery. Serious issues within the mindset. And all that is promoted by the rap music of today. Heavy D and all these boys wrote a song called Self-Destruction. They call their song Self-Destruction. Little did those brothers know that they were writing our future of today. Because we are no longer headed for self-destruction. Brothers, we have arrived. We are here. We are at the point that we have changed the concept of God's law. We have changed and intervened in God's law somehow because parents are not supposed to be burying their children. Children are supposed to be burying their parents. And until we change the mindset, then the world is going to keep repeating itself.
Absolutely. I agree with that full-heartedly. You know, in my case, I look at it as social media has made a huge impact on why there's a lack of empathy, sympathy, all of this, because we're at this point in our lives where everything is about me, right? I'm sitting here recording me. I'm sitting here streaming me. I'm sitting here taking pictures of myself. I'm taking pictures of myself and this person. Everything is about me. And then we wonder why we're a selfish community. You know what I mean? We're sitting here with this all day long, and then you want to know why? Why are these guys so selfish? They're all about themselves. And
Great point.
I think social media has a major impact on the way we think, the way we move, the way we see things nowadays. And we're very not only impulsive, but we're no longer happy with the smallest things. You know, we need that next adrenaline boost and adrenaline rush. And that with rap music can also be detrimental to our young ones. I see it all the time within the youngins for sure that are using social media, that get caught up in social media, because I'm in the thick of it as well. So I see people of all ranges of age range. I see it, and I can see it when it is self-destructive as well. Me being on the internet as long as I have, I've been able to kind of guide myself through this. But at the same token, this is not a very easy place to navigate the internet, you know? So it's definitely it can affect our children extremely. Now, what do you think, Arch? Out of curiosity.
You know, back in the day, back in the day when we was listening to rap music, you had music that was actually educating people. Like you said, you had MD, you had KRS-One. You know, you had a variety of different rappers, and they was not talking about, violence and B's and H's and who you about to wet up, and I'm about to make your t-shirt wet, jigger, and all this other shit. You know what I mean?
Real.
You
Yep.
didn't hear that. You know what I mean? And half of these rappers nowadays, half of them bitches for real. You know what I mean? Some of them rap about some of the shit that they know nothing about.
They've never done it.
Right. Unless you like Boosie. I mean, they're like, you like Boosie or some shit, you know what I mean? Because Boosie was a straight up motherfucker. You know what I mean? That's just what he was. Now, believe it or not, back in the day, with, let's say you had Meth, Redman, Wu-Tang, everybody. There was only one rapper that everybody feared during that time. And I bet you can't tell me who it is. It was one rapper that everybody feared. And you would not guess that this is him. But it was. Every rapper was scared to death of this one man.
Wait, you talking East Coast or West Coast?
He was on the West Coast.
All right. During what period?
During the old school period.
Old school period. Well, depending on what time you're talking about, might have been KRS-One.
No, it was not KRS-One. I'm talking about
before that.
I'm not talking about fear of the vocals that he's saying. I'm talking about feared personally. They personally feared this one person.
Right.
I'm not talking about Suge Knight, none of them before him.
All right. Well, that's a good one. I don't know. You got to tell us.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
And it depends on who you're talking to, but who you think?
I'm gonna tell you who it is. It was MC Hammer.
Oh, yeah. In some ways, I can see that.
Papa called it.
There was a report that came out years ago. Matter of fact, Redman and it was on the report. And Redman said himself that the only man during that time in rap history that they personally feared was MC Hammer, because MC Hammer was one of the coldest dudes out there for real. Now, you probably look at this video and be like, oh man, that's some old corny shit, old big pants wearing that, this, that, third. But behind closed doors, Hammer was that dude.
You didn't even have to talk about it like that. You know what I mean? It could be whatever song. It could be a love song. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
What he's done behind the scenes. Yeah.
Right. See, but that's the thing. You know that. You would not have known that because that is not what he pushed out.
Right.
Well, here's the thing, though. All right. So to kind of piggyback on that a little bit, you got a couple of different things. So one, Real gangsters, y'all heard this a million times. People say it, but they don't do it. Real gangsters move in silence as far as what you're doing, right? As far as how you manage a situation, how you manipulate a situation, a set, or whether you're talking about the music industry or anything else. The most powerful people in music in general, you never hear their names. The most powerful people in politics, the masses, the whether you follow the mainstream media or some of that conspiracy channels or whatever, you ain't gonna hear these people's names because they call them kingmakers. These are the people that can make you or break you, and you're not hearing about it. So even in the case, like in the case of Hammer, if he was that dude, he was that dude. Like I think about Hammer in the sense that he united communities. He employed a shit ton of people. He employed a lot of people. So like if Hammer was doing something, everybody and their mother wanted to be down because everybody and their mother could be down. Because Hammer was like, if I'm gonna eat, we all gonna eat.
Right.
And that created a huge amount of loyalty amongst certain segments, especially on the West Coast. He had it. He was that dude. So it didn't matter whether he was with the big pants or pumps in the rump or whatever the hell it was that he was doing. People was with that because Hammer was doing it. In regard to the question that, and actually some of the stuff that Bobby was saying in regard to music and so forth. I remember Queen Latifah and Flavor Unit coming out with UNITY. UNITY, it's a unity. So that kind of stuff. And you're right. They came out. Them brothers did self-destruction, or brothers and sisters, I should say, did self-destruction. UNITY. And if you think about doggone the message with what you call it, not African Bambata, but who did the message? That was somebody out there. No, it jumped out of my head, but it wasn't Kumo D. It was damn. Anyway, they did that one song, The Message. But at the time, and of course, KRS-One, Boogie Down Productions. So we could go all over the place and see that in particular during the 80s, the spirit of rap music and hip hop, it was a different thing. It was about bringing folks together. It was about uplifting an entire community throughout. And when I say an entire community, I ain't talking about the Bronx. I'm not talking about LA. I'm talking about the whole damn planet, the diaspora, right? And we know, for those of us that stay in the loop, we know there was a concerted effort by those in the music industry to squash that positive noise. They didn't want to hear it. They wanted gangster rap. They wanted, if you wasn't talking about bees and hoes and this, that, and other thing, no, that doesn't sell. That doesn't sell. We're paying money for this bullshit. We don't want to hear all of that positive stuff. Because music being the most powerful influence that there is, especially amongst young people, if you're pushing that positive message, what's going to happen when those positive message hearing individuals get grown? Well, they're going to maintain, because that's like, if you look at it, those of us that are of the Generation X, like myself, Bishop, I know you are, Mike, you're a little younger than we are.
Yeah, I'm a millennial, so.
Right. But those of us from Generation X, man, we're on some different shit. But if you look at this one cat I know, he's doing some things, he has a questionable lifestyle or whatever. But he was telling me something that was deep as all hell. He says, man, rap music has changed. We were talking about music. I said, yeah, man. I said, I believe that. He says, these kids today, he says, they rapping about getting high and buying drugs. He goes, back in the day, we used to talk about selling drugs and trying to come up. We used to talk about selling drugs only as a means to an end to stop our suffering, to help our families and stuff like that. And yeah, we talked about all the stuff that came along with it. But now these cats are, running around in skinny jeans, talking about getting high, and they're like half a fag or something like that. It's like a whole different thing. Yeah, I said it. These boys running around here looking gay as hell, acting gay as hell. And they acting gay as hell, soft as drugstore cotton, and running around getting all the boys, all the girls. What the hell is going on in rap music? But
yeah, that's some greedy shit
right
there.
That goofy shit is destroying our communities because there's still a market for it. They're pushing it. They're telling people, here's what you're supposed to like. Let me shut up for a minute.
Yeah, that's some greedy shit when they try to dip in both barrels. That's greedy shit.
Well, Minister Farrakhan said it. He said a while back at one of the broadcasts. He said that you entertainers make me sick. He say, you make music, and I'm cleaning it up because he actually said the words. You make music that degrades your people. Uh, Using the N word so loosely, all this here, and the B's and the H's and all this. But then when the white people give you an award, you go up there and accept your speech. And your acceptance speech, the first thing you say is, I like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Really? So, but and he also said this: it's religion in this country that divides us.
Hey, I'll tell you this. I'll share a little story with you just because, and I'm not going to, babble too damn much, but this just happened. This was Christmas Eve. Me and the old lady was at a gas station. We pull up, we're in the cage. Cage means car for those of y'all who don't ride motorcycles a lot. So we're in the car. We're pulling up. Windows are down. We're in Florida. It's nice here. So the windows are down. We pull up, and a couple of guys are in the vehicle, at the gas pump. And the one dude, you can tell how like you see somebody talking real loud on a speakerphone and they're projecting so that other people around them can hear what they're saying, especially when they're trying to act hype. So this guy's like, oh, this N-word, that I'm telling all them N-words. I'm gonna come over there. Oh, they don't want none of me. They these N-words, I'm going da 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 da. So I'm wondering, man, somebody's pretty hyped up. So I had to do a double take, and I see the two white guys that look like they come out of a J. Crew commercial, like they're getting ready to. Two Abercrombie and Fitch looking motherfuckers. You know what I mean? It looked like Thad and Chad sitting there together or something. Oh shit! N-word this, N-word that, da 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 da. He's getting all loud and he kind of looked over and hit me with one of these as he was saying this stuff. I get out of the car and the old lady's like, where you going? Because the car is barely stopped. Boom. I popped on out of the car and I leaned over on the passenger side and I'm just looking in. And the guy's all this da 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 da. So he stopped talking and both look over like that. And I said, "Oh, what's up, man?" I said, "What's up?" He goes, "Can I help you?" I said, "Yeah, I'm wondering which N-words was you talking about? Because you was pretty loud. I figured you was talking to me." He goes, "Oh, no." I said, "Well, which N-words was you talking about? Maybe I heard you wrong. What did you say? Say it again." And he was like,
"All locked."
I'm like, "No, man, I can't hear you. What was you talking about?" So she walks around the side. She walks around the back of the car. Like, "Hey, what's going on?" I said, "No." I said, "I'm talking to my new friends here, and they seem to have lost the ability to speak right now." I turned to look at her for like half a second. This dude grabbed the keys, took off out of the parking lot. Here's the thing. At what point, and this is 2023, I feel really confident that if this was 1995 in the Bronx or friggin' 1989 in Norfolk, Virginia, or friggin' 1975 in Cleveland, Ohio, and I could go down the damn list of where that shit wouldn't have happened. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, in 2023, these folks feel now that they have a certain agency to speak a certain way and to move a certain way and to do certain things because those of us of a certain generation, this younger generation, have co-signed the shit, A, through their music, and B, through hanging out with certain cats, and I'm N-word this and N-word that to this dude, and they're doing the same thing back. I watched Sam J, the lesbian comedian. She was in a movie with I forget. The dude looked like Zach Galifianakis, but it's not him. The white dude, he's a Jew with the beard, and it was like N-word this, N-word that, back and forth to each other, right? And I'm thinking to myself, damn, it's bad enough that people are doing this like in high schools and, just young folks just co-signing it and making it cool to disparage and disrespect yourself. You're giving somebody else the permission to do that. And some people say, oh, that's just a word. It's not just a word. It's so much more that goes on with that. You know what I mean? This is giving that person license. If they can say that, then they can do this. So later on, once it becomes time for them to completely, for certain individuals to exercise a certain amount of white privilege or to just completely disrespect you or to, that N will be all right. I don't have to give him that job. He's looking at the job application that came in to the company that he's running. And it says Kenyatta something or other, Kenyatta Mustafa. Oh no, Kenyatta Mustafa, he'll be all right. Let me hire Chad and Thad over here because they sound like nice conservative fellas that'll work great at my grapefruit operation company or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's the shit that irritates the hell out of me, but that's what it kind of goes back to. So yeah, rap music.
Yeah, and it's just like I said, man. It's if I told Stacey Abrams when she was running for governor, yeah. Raphael Maida when they was all running, and I told him, I said, listen, you want to stop crime in itself. You want to stop black on black crime. You want to stop crime in itself, because now the crime level is filtering over into the white neighborhoods now, as it is the black neighborhoods. And if you want to stop this, then sanction rap music as it is today. Sanction rap music, and in 10 years, watch the mindset of the world and change. Because remember, those children that's growing up and listening to this music are going to be adults growing up in a mental state of slavery, and thus we're going to keep repeating history. I got right now, let me tell you, right now, this is the favorite thing of the girls now. See this? Y'all see this? This is not a peace sign. This is a gang sign. See that? When you extend the hands, and this is a peace sign when you fold the hands. See that? When the hands are folded, but when you extend them, this is a gang sign. So I got two 15-year-olds right now been in jail since Thanksgiving of last year, the year before last. So over that, they done turned 16 for using that sign. And where did this sign come from? Rap music. It came from rap music in the days, Nicki Minaj and all them. And then our young children are looking to these people as their heroes. Really?
Let me tell you a couple of things. Stacey Abrams, she might have listened to you. I'm a big fan of Stacey Abrams. I love what she did for Georgia, and I'm hoping she can do the same sort of things. Excuse me, in some other places. But if Stacey Abrams was not listening, I can tell you Fannie Willis was, because and she might have took it to the third power, because right about now, if you're associated with a record label and that record label is doing anything other than Disney music, she coming to get your ass. I mean, and that ain't no, I mean, and I'll be the first one to say I appreciate the ideology, but I mean, she might be taking a little bit too far, possibly, because she's like, hey, this lyric right here said such and such and such. That's your fourth cousin on your mama's side. We coming to get you and you're charged with murder. I'm like, damn, Fannie, really? You know, Fannie ain't playing. I'm like, damn.
But like you said, it's the money, man. It's the people behind the rap music that's putting out all that money. The ones that you don't see.
But they don't got no money. Those folks has been putting out this music and this, that, and the other thing. Now that Fannie Willis is coming at their ass, where are they with the good attorneys? Oh, they want you to crank out this music, but where's the attorney? Where's the money that you need to now defend yourself because you did what your bosses told you to do? You know what I mean? Remember Arrested Development? They were out of Georgia, and they had great music. It was real positive, uplifting. It was all about uplifting and supporting the diaspora, people coming together and everything like that. All this kind of good stuff, right? Tennessee and Take Me Back. What's that thing?
Yeah.
Take me to another place. Take me to another place.
Yeah.
All that old good shit, right? Done. They were like in and out. Because their first album hit strong as hell, and then they got the boot. That's what happens. Cats that had that song. What do you call them guys? There was Arrested Development, De La Soul, KRS-One. We could go on and on. It's too much of it. But you know what? Let me shut the hell up, because Bishop, we supposed to go.
Got a whole other rabbit hole.
Yeah. Let's get out of it.
Let's go back to this list here.
Yeah.
Let's go back to this list. Okay, now we've already talked about the lack of empathy, and also we kind of dabbled into the consumerism, which basically means people just being just overly materialistic over personal items rather than experiences and relationships that you would normally do. But let's talk about this one. Let's talk about income inequality. Let's talk about that. Being the fact that that gap that like before you had the rich, and then you had the middle class, and then you had the poor. Now it's kind of dividing itself further to where the rich is rich, the middle class to kind of slip back, and because of everything, of course, everything's going up higher, inflation, gas prices going up, food prices going up, you having shortages of crops and stuff like that, which a lot of that stuff is not because of drought or whatever. It's because the government actually telling these farmers to do away with so many acres of wheat and so many acres of soy and stuff like that. But that's a whole nother conversation. But let's talk about the income inequality. Why do you think, and we'll start with Bobby. Why do you think that this gap that you thought that you were closing into now has become a definite division between the rich and the poor? It's like the middle class is slipping more into the poor end, which back in the day, if you made 15, $20 an hour, you was doing good. Now 15, $20 an hour, your ass is broke.
Yep.
And
And poverty.
it's only going higher. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So what do you think um, needs to go on in order to even this back out?
Well, I think it goes back to what I was saying. It's the mindset to go back and change that, and we got to go back and change the mindset, because once a person get a certain age, they set in their ways. It's not going to change. No matter how much money you got, no matter nothing, it's not going to change. So we got to take it back to the youth. Everything's got to go back to the children, how they are raised and how they are, and how they move forward, and the things that you teach them. And of course, it also involves how in the house. It's got to start in the house to help promote this and all that. They and at just for games and stuff now, the high school games and that there. To go to high school now is getting to be like going to college. It's just expensive. The rich is getting richer. You charging us all this money to get in high school games and the junior high games, and they're making money off of your children out here selling stuff and selling stuff for the school to buy uniforms, when the state and the fair gives them money to do that. So and we fall into that trap. So we have to take it back beyond the elementary, and start teaching those children before elementary to get their mindsets right. And until we change that mindset, everything that I believe that everything in this life, if we don't change the mindset, ain't nothing gonna change.
Facts. Big facts.
When they was you talking about the school, back before. Now I know back when I was in school, which that was many moons ago. But with sports, you didn't the kids didn't have to pay to play sports. Okay, you went out, you tried out. If you made it, you made it. If you didn't, you didn't. Now, did we have to go out and sell that little hard ass candy and shit? Yeah, 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 yeah. We had to do that, but that was it. Though. Now you got to pay the school before school even start as to whether he gonna play basketball, it's a price. If he gonna play
Right.
football, it's a price. He gonna run track, it's a price. Then they still got him selling shit. And then on top of that, you still paying for more stuff. I mean, you remember going into school, remember the kindergarten, first grade, and your kid bring home the little list of stuff that they needed. It was like some crayons and some little glue sticks and some little stuff like that. Some Kleenexes or whatnot. And you go to the store and buy it, put it in a little bag, send it on to them on the way to school. Now you got a list of all the stuff basically for the whole damn year that they need. Okay, so if I'm paying for all that, I'm paying for them to play sports, I'm paying for all the material they need. What the hell are y'all? I mean, like, what are you doing?
And let's not forget, Bishop, not to
Half these
cut you off.
real
Let's
half
not
these
forget.
out most of the damn time. I mean, how
Mhm.
many times you see now? Like kids are out of school, like out of a month, they out of school 4 or 5 damn times out of the damn month. Like they stay out of school more than they are actually in school.
Yeah.
You know what I
So
mean? You
And,
gotta go
and
home.
let
Be like,
hey,
what the hell you doing here? Oh, this teacher's work day, or this is half day for this. You know what I mean? Or we ain't going to school for that. It's like fuck the holidays. They just taking time off and shit. Go chill out.
All right.
And let's not forget the school system. The most taxes that you pay in property taxes goes to where? The school.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing that we kind of missed. We skipped over a little bit. This system, this school system, is just like the industrial prison system. It's a system, but that system, legitimately, it was designed for us, but not for what we think. What I mean by that is, a long time ago, if you think, well, first of all, think about schools like this. What happens in school? They tell the kids when to show up. They tell them when to go use the bathroom. If you got to ask a question, raise your hand. When I call on you, speak when you're spoken to, this, that, and the other thing. And it's not too much different than work. What's happening in public schools anyway, public schools have no space or no tolerance for free thinkers. We're not teaching kids how to own a business. We're teaching kids how to become good workers. We are literally creating, and have been doing so for decades, creating a working class to support the wealthy. These are working class people that are taught working class ideals so that when you do get to a certain age, you can be a good employee. That's what kids are taught. They're not taught anything else. So what we miss, and I saw Cinderella said it in the comments, what about trade schools? Because here's the thing. If we're talking about like the 1940s, like even during and after Jim Crow, you look at Black people in this country, we were doing pretty well. The majority of the folks were not going to college. They had a trade. And I'm not suggesting that college is bad. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that we've forgotten that people who work with their hands, who were skilled workers, made just as much. They had a living wage where the wife stayed home, the husband went to work. There was the nuclear family. I'm talking about Black folks. They were able to buy their home. They were able to do a lot of different things that people are struggling to do now because we've had decades of this so-called education system, which has only taught people to work, not for themselves or not in a trade, but, do you want fries with that? That's what it is. And then the young ladies, thank you, Cardi B. Thank you, all these other, H's that's out there shaking their butts. They found a different currency. The currency, just to do a little flashback to the previous conversation, their currency is not education. It's not providing us a good service for a good paycheck. Their currency is having a fat ass and knowing how to shake it. And the young men, they don't have any currency. They are lost. The whole idea of going through the trials of manhood, there used to be, like in Africa and a number of different countries, there was those things that you did in order to become a man. Those things don't exist anymore. The system has destroyed that. So between the so-called educational system and the influences that have been forced down the throats of our young people, we got what we got now. And it's crazy. It's insane. But what is the definition of insanity? If you always do the same exact thing, then you're going to have the same result that you have right now. If you always do what you've always done, and you always get what you got right now, right? So that's what we're seeing. So in regard to income inequality, the system is designed to make sure that there has to be a working class. The income inequality is not because folks don't want to do better. It's because it's designed that way. We are the only ones that can change that. We have to make conscientious decisions to change that. And now, don't get me started on these so-called Black conservatives, because that shit is funny. That's a joke. But that's a whole other subject.
Well, when it comes to this income inequality, I blame the corporations, really. I blame the corporate America, who is all about making a dollar and cutting as much as possible. They cut down as much as possible because, unfortunately, the minimum wage has gone up, right? So when the minimum wage goes up, so does everything else goes up as well. And we're feeling it. I mean, I'm here in California, and people are just getting driven out of this country or out of the state because of it. And one of the biggest head reasons for this is BlackRock. BlackRock is one of the biggest reasons for this. They're the ones that have invested in 90% of all of America's farmland. They're the ones who also invested in, basically, they're the number one property management company. So they have invested in all these smaller, not actual big properties, but they're investing in small family homes, 3-bedroom homes, 4-bedroom homes, 2-bedroom homes, stuff like that, because they know that those are forever dollars. They look at the bigger properties. Well, that's too much liability, not as much money, blah, 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 more things to go wrong. But the smaller house, they realize, oh, we can go ahead and buy all these up and rent them out for $5,000 a month. And people are going to pay it. And so when it comes down to this inequality, I definitely think I blame corporate media, or corporate media, the corporate America. Corporate America is really what I pinpoint this to.
Well, yeah, but corporate America, not to debate you, that's true. But who is corporate America? Corporate America, and somebody said it in the comments that the U.S. school system was designed. It was Papa Penguin said this. The U.S. school system was designed back during the industrial revolution to make people smart enough to run the machines, but too stupid to make them. That's a great point. The thing is, though, is that who's owning these corporations? Well, we know who owns the corporations, and those are the same exact people who spent a shit ton of money back in the 1920s and 1930s and 1940s to put these kids in these public schools. And remember, school used to be free. College used to be free. The reason that you pay now, that everybody pays now to go to college, is because the goal was, and it started in good old California. Thanks, Mike. But in California, Ronald Reagan was one of the main ones of saying, damn, we got these N-words going to school and they're coming up. Well, let's make it more difficult. And that's when the system of charging lots of money for institutions, college and universities became a normal thing. Because once upon a time, if you did well enough in your primary school, like K through 12, man, you might do well enough to be accepted into a college. I mean, you had to be pretty dumb back in the day not to be able to go to college. But a lot of folks, they were working, they were making a living wage so they could take care of their families or assist in taking care of their families. So all of that's done. But going back to income inequality, that shit is by design. Don't get it twisted. I'm telling you, it's by design. But along with it being by design, if you think of it this way, Bishop, you said it a minute ago, you're making $15-20 an hour. Your ass is broke. You're broke. But the thing is you're supposed to be broke because that's what the system says. And now if you go out there and you do something illegal, you get caught. Even if you don't do anything illegal, you get caught.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you go? You go to jail, because if you think about the way that schools are set up, it's not too much different than jail.
Shoot,
what happens in school? They tell you when to go to the bathroom. They tell you what time to eat. They tell you what time to be here. They tell you what time to be there. What happens in jail? Same shit. So you're being groomed for an industrial system the whole entire time. Who doesn't have to do that industrialized education or that industrialized or that systematic, it's a school to jail pipeline. Who doesn't have to do that? Well, those kids in private school, those kids that are being homeschooled, those kids who their parents can afford to have them do something different. Or if you just go to a private school in the right neighborhood, just like Bobby said, the taxes that you pay on your house and in your neighborhood, the majority of that goes to the school system. If you're in a good area with, the correct zip code, then your kids are going to a good school.
Yep.
If you're in the hood, guess what? It's a good possibility that your kid is being groomed for his life in jail.
And that's a good observation right there.
Yes, definitely on point. Now, I want to say taking back on the corporations about corporations. Now, I just got recently terminated unlawfully, illegally, based on a lie from a manager at CSX. I found out, been working in CSX, they make you work. They pay good money, don't get me wrong, but it's people that work at CSX that hate management. They hate the job, but they've been there so long, they invested. They just trying to finish and do their time. Because CSX, what they do is, I found out, when they get so many people, they start harass you like they did me and target me and fire me. Now all hell about to break loose. They trying to reach out to me and make decisions now. They want to talk. You should have talked about that before you made that decision, because I'm finna bring hell and firestone down your throat. And I told them strictly, just like this. If you go to my page, you can couple on it. You can pick it back and see everything that's going on with CSX and me. The union is powerless. They fired the chairman of the union. They fired the chairman of the union 22 years. You know what I'm saying? And he's fighting them now, but the union cannot go beyond that, because all these people in the union work for CSX. So I have started the outside union, and it's going pretty good right now. The outside union for all CSX employees who want to take it to the next level. Because like I told the manager, I'm going to show you what it's like to fuck with the devil underneath the pale moonlight.
Woo. That part. Bobby, let me tell you, unions are under attack. Like legitimate unions are under attack. And if you look at states like Florida, like Texas, these so-called ultra-conservative states, we saw here in Florida where what's his face, freaking racist Ron DeSantis, what he did, he made it, they were calling this year's legislative session, they called it the 2023 Get Even session. Why did they call it that? Well, the people that supported the opposition to Ron DeSantis when he was first running for governor was who? It was the teachers union, the Florida Teachers Union. And he said, don't go against me. If you do, you're going to pay. So guess what happened? He's basically defunded, for lack of a better way to put it, his defunded and destroying the union by saying, if you don't have 60% paid membership at any given time, then your charter for your union calls into question, and the state government gets to determine if you get to remain, if you get to continue being a union. Well, that's never been a problem because the teachers all pay the teachers and school board people. I know a lot about this because I know people in that industry. My old lady has been with the school board for 30 something years. But anyway, but they all pay their union dues, comes right out of their check. Ron DeSantis is like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. Now, you pay your cable bill, your car note, your electric, and everything else by what they call ACH or automatic draft. Comes right out of your check, so you don't mess it up. Ron DeSantis says, nah, that's illegal for unions. You can't do that if you're a union. So now what they're hoping for is for folks to have to write a physical check and send that in the mail or go down there with cash to get a receipt to the school board office to pay your union dues. But the absolute second that you got 40% of the membership didn't pay their dues. And remember, teachers only work a certain number of months out of the year. If they miss a payment, and if the collective number is greater than 39.5%, guess what? Automatically, the state gets alerted and they cancel the unions in the state of Florida. And they've been arguing about that all year. Because when
they keep the money.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And on top of that, guess who was exempt though? Guess who was exempt for all of his union shit? They call it first responders. First responders. That means police. The fire department wasn't even safe. The fire department. I was in Tallahassee all this year. The fire department had to go and beg and plead with Ron DeSantis to put them on the good boy list. But I digress. My point is though, is what you're saying is a real thing. It's a very real thing, and unions have got to become. And listen, I'm not blaming your union bosses or your union reps. They're getting fucked over just like you are. They really are. They're between a rock and a hard place. But you got to do what you got to do by creating. Because guess what a union is? A union is a group of workers who are saying, here's what we're going to accept, and here's what we're not going to accept. It doesn't matter if it's a formal union or not. The result is the same. So, brother, you keep the faith. You know, you got.
That's why I started the outside union, because first of all, the government don't regulate nothing, not shit of mine. Believe that.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? They don't regulate a damn thing of mine. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I started the outside union. You paying your dues to me, and it's going pretty well. You paying your dues to me, you're going to get real justice. You're not going to have to sit around and wait on the union to make a decision to fire your ass, but you can take legal action. I don't give a damn what contract you got. A contract cannot stop you from seeking legal actions against ignorant motherfuckers.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm sick of it. You know, I'm sick of it. Just like my MT, the train master, his name David Rose. This man has proven, man, I'm talking about maybe 60 people have reached out to me that hate this. Now, if you're working at a job and most of the employees been there 10, 15, and 20 years, hate this same one, this same train master, train manager, or whatever his damn title is, for lying. I got documents where he falsified, put records and CSX with that bullshit talking about one CSX. I'm about to prove to the world when I do this press conference, they full of shit and they're liars. They use that money to manipulate and do whatever the fuck they want to and bring to the world like they're the perfect organization. From within the organization, it's a living hell. I know as a conductor working for one CSX, that is not true.
Fight the power. Man, hey, the rabbit hole got us again.
Man, I tell you, you know what though? That's the whole.
I'm sorry, y'all. I get carried away, boy.
That's all right. That's all right.
You start into one, I mean, you automatically.
What I told them, if I did something wrong, then I'll take my. I don't mind. I don't mind taking what I did, but I will not take a lying motherfucker, especially on me. So I'm gonna do everything I can to make his life a living hell. If I have to protest and rally with a bullhorn in front of his goddamn house and at his goddamn church, I'm sick of these motherfuckers.
Yes, sir.
Yanni, do it. Do it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's next on the list?
If we gonna get there.
This next one I want to hit though is the whole mental health aspect of this, because the mental health issues such as depressions, anxiety, stress, all that stuff is on the rise. But most importantly, a lot of this I'm more passionate about this particular one than anything because a lot of this deals with veterans. Because you have a lot of veterans that come in, who's been overseas, who's done deployments, whatnot. Like everybody suffers from some form of fashion of PTSD. A lot of our veterans are homeless. That's my biggest thing. Now I was looking this up earlier, and what I found was kind of alarming. 56% of all homeless people in the United States are veterans.
Oh, that's so sickening.
It was numbers actually is 529,000 to 840,000 veterans are homeless. Now, my question is this. First, I'm gonna tell you my problem. Then I'm tell you my question. My problem is, how is it that you have these men and women who signed that dotted line, sacrificed their life to go and defend this country and our Constitution and the way that we live, to come home to nothing? You have almost 840,000 veterans with no place to go. You know what I mean? These were the people who made sure that you was able to do everything that you do here, that you were able to keep the freedoms that you grew up to love. You know what I mean? Which, even the freedom that you think you have, because you only have a limited amount. But we'll get into that on another show. But my question is that, that disturbs me. And I know that if I found that information, I know Congress, I know the House of Representatives, hell, I know the fucking president has these numbers. Why is it that the same people that you use to defend this country is the same people that's sitting up under a fucking bridge right now? Why is that?
Right.
Yes.
I'll tell you. Now, all right, this one is near and dear to my heart. So I teased about over the holidays, family and all that kind of stuff, which was true. But some of the other stuff I did was I spent time with THO, the Tampa Homeless Outreach, and a big a big part of the THO for the VA. Well, there's the Homeless Veterans Project, which a friend of mine runs that, and then there's the THO, Tampa Homeless Outreach, and they spend a huge amount of time focusing on homeless people in general, but specifically homeless vets. The reason is there should not be, and let me be a 1,000% clear on this. There should not be, not in the damn United States of America, there should not be any such thing as a homeless veteran. Those words should not be in the same damn sentence. You put your ass on the line. You wrote a check that the government could cash whenever the hell they wanted to in the name of peace and protection of our families and other Americans. And now you got to be homeless? That's bullshit. That's bullshit. It should not exist. But here's the thing. So along with not just talking about it, but doing about it, what we do is we went out this past Christmas. We got together. We collected names. My man T-Man did this. He does it every year. We get together every single year. We make a list of veteran families who are struggling and or homeless. If they're homeless, we are going to work, and T-Man does a great job of this. Find them a home. I talk about it on the Big Boneyard, like here and there, but it's a never-ending battle because, like Archbishop said, 500,000 to 800,000 veterans are homeless. That's bullshit. I don't give a damn whether it's because of mental defect or hard times or there's no excuse for it. But what we have to do, that's a thing that everybody who can hear the sound of my voice, or if you're watching this, make it your business to be concerned with homeless veterans, because veterans are concerned with all of us. We've done what we're supposed to do. We did our job. Now let these people do their job. When I talk about these people, I'm talking about the government. I'm talking about people in the commercial entities throughout the country, these industrial entities that are making billions of dollars in profits and do nothing for homeless veterans or homeless people in general. There should not be a homeless veteran anywhere in America. And put your money where your mouth is. Take some time out of your life to do something to help these folks. Maybe if you got a couple of bucks, maybe it's $5 or $10. Maybe it's going to one of these places. Maybe it's finding out what these folks need. But we got to do better. We have to do better.
See, I wish we actually had, I wish I had like the answer to this, like to fix this or whatnot, because I hate just sitting here and complaining about something without giving a resolution. But this is one that's really hard. The one thing that does irk me on this whole thing is why we have, like you said, even just one homeless vet is more than enough. That's one too many. Why is it that we can have the money to send overseas where we're not going to personally see it to people that did not do jack all for our country at all, didn't put into this country, didn't do shit, but we have the means to send it over to them, but we can't give it to our own people that actually fought in our wars?
Hey, it's not even that hard. I'm going to tell you why. So we just had a Republican senator who held up promotions in the fucking United States Marine Corps. My God, forgive me, Lord, my doggone Marine Corps could not have a damn commandant of the Marine Corps, which is a very important thing. It's a very important job. There's not a Marine that I know of who doesn't understand, because Marines, we do our job just like all branches of the military. But you realize for the first time in over 200 years, the Marine Corps didn't have a damn commandant, and the Army didn't have a doggone major general. And I could go down the list of what the military didn't have because a Republican politician got all of his homeboys to co-sign his bullshit because he wanted the new aid package for overseas to be more money than what it was, and he was real. His big sticking point is that a female naval she was an ensign, so she was a female ensign, and another lady in the Army sought to get an abortion, and he thought that was the worst thing in the world, and the fact that they wasn't dragging her through the coals and all this other kind of stuff was the reason as to why it is. He stopped funding for the military and stopped promotions in the military and stopped a whole lot of everything else for the military. Now, Biden did just pass a pretty impressive raise for the military because this dude finally got up off his ass through pressure from from Republicans and Democrats alike to stop screwing with the military. The problem is that politicians look at the military, and that includes veterans, because remember, veterans too, they look at the military and veterans like they're a fucking prop. We're not a prop. We're actual real life human beings who put our ass on the line to do what was necessary to keep America safe. And now y'all are playing politics with people's lives. That's not cool. So Mike, is respectfully, it's not that difficult. If we can come up with billions of dollars to send overseas, and spend a fraction of that to stomp out homelessness amongst veterans in the United States. Period. It's not hard.
Well, this is kind of dear to my heart too. I spent 6 years of my life in the 75th Ranger Battalion.
Hoorah.
So, and I help veterans all the time. I give food drives. I'm actually working on a deal right now. Y'all might want to take this to consideration. Working on a deal for homeless people at several hotels to get jobs at the hotel, and the hotel allows them to stay at the hotel so they can get themselves together and find their own place and get established. And I'm talking to the 3 or 4 of the hotels now to actually hire these people, and because they allowed them to stay at the hotel and just take their fees out the hotel money, and then they got their vet. You know what I'm saying? Because I met two retired veterans. They just get their money on their card. So that would be, it should not be accepted at all. Not one veteran, not no one. With all the money that we have in the United Snakes of America, and yeah, I said snakes, we should not have any homeless people. When you can send billions of dollars on weapons of destruction and sending billions and billions of dollars to other countries for weapons of mass destruction, but you can't stop homeless. You can actually stop homeless. And all these entertainers, these basketball players, y'all buying all these expensive cars and giving the charity that you get a tax deductible on. You want to go to one block and spend $1 million and get all the homeless off the street. LeBron James, all y'all with this big money, Michael Jordan. Go to a homeless place and put all these people in a shelter. That's why I say all y'all full of shit.
Facts. And we got Papa right now on the line, Papa Penguin. He's got something to say on this.
Oh yeah.
What's going on? Let's hear what you got on this.
So we're talking about veterans, right? Myself, my brothers all served. My wife served.
Wow.
All Iraq and Afghanistan and all that.
Welcome home, brother.
The VA is broken, right?
Yep.
As a veteran looking for help at the VA, hang it up. It's not going to happen. It's, in my opinion, the system is beyond redemption. I'm a white guy. My wife is black, and I never truly grasped personally what racism felt like until I went to the VA in Hampton, and I couldn't even get an ID card.
Hampton, Virginia.
People didn't talk to me.
Wow.
And then we moved out to the west part of the state and went to the VA here in Roanoke, Virginia, and it was the exact opposite for my wife, because the VA out here in Southwest Virginia is predominantly white. So the VA, it's broken. It should just be burned to the ground and started over.
Well, to interrupt you, go ahead.
Looking to these politicians for help, there is not a politician anyone can name on a national level that is worth a damn. I don't care if it's Stacey Abrams or Marcus Luttrell or Dan Crenshaw. They are all bought and paid for. They may have all got in there with good ideas and wanting to do good things. They're in a corrupt system, right? They're handlers, maneuver things. They're signing bills they don't understand. They can't read through. I mean, have you guys ever seen the bills they sign? They're hundreds and thousands of pages long, and they get minutes to read them, right? The problems you guys are talking about, these are all big picture problems that, short of hanging people from a yard arm, we aren't going to be able to fix.
Hey,
right?
You know what, Papa? Let me throw something in here.
We can dig into our communities.
I don't know if he can hear you guys.
I don't know. You might not can hear us.
Oh, I don't know why it's not picking you guys up.
Hey, Papa, I don't know if
can
you can hear me. Papa, can you hear us?
Can't.
Oh, you can't. Okay, that's what it is.
Okay. Let me share this with you. What you're saying is
Let
true.
me turn my laptop up
Yeah,
a little bit.
do that.
Okay.
And what we'll do is I'm
Let me-
actually gonna hang up, and then I'm gonna let Bone respond to this, and all of us
Okay.
respond to it.
All right.
So appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right. So first thing, Papa, first of all, brother, welcome home. Welcome home, you and your wife and your family. So, y'all are kind of like a gold star family. Everybody served. So that's what's up. But I wanted to tell you, you're not wrong in the sense that we are living in a broken society, a broken system within a broken society. Everything you said is pretty accurate to some degree. Here's the thing, as it relates to, and you heard me telling Mike earlier that it's not that difficult. What's difficult is getting these folks who have the means and the resources, and I mean the means as in the people's money, the resources as in they're in the correct positions to do it, is to stop. We have to motivate them to do what needs to be done. What I'm talking about is this. This year I spent a hell of a lot of time in Tallahassee. I'm in Florida, so that's the state capital for us here. I mean, I spent more time there than God knows than I ever wanted to. But I talked to the senators and argued and fought and complained with them and all this other kind of stuff, the senators and the congressmen and the lobbyists and all these people to get stuff done. And if you want to, and I'm not saying that everybody's got time to get off of their job and this, that, and other thing, but people can talk to other people who can talk to other people, and you can start putting pressure on these motherfuckers, because the only thing they care about is keeping their jobs and keeping their money. So if either of those things are threatened, their job, meaning that means votes, or two, if their position within, because a congressman doesn't just have the job of a congressman. If he's lucky, he's going to be on something like a senator, excuse me. A senator is not just going to be a senator. He's going to sit on a committee. That committee controls a certain group of things. Like one of the biggest one is the Senate Appropriations Committee. If you say to him, or if you get him the message that, listen, your position as a senator is going to be threatened, your position on the Senate Appropriations Committee or the Armed Services Committee is going to be threatened because of your actions against our military population, our veteran population, he's going to listen to you if he believes you. And this is just a matter of getting folks together. And we have to do the work. We have to do the work of educating ourselves about how this shit works. So you can know, because you're a smart man. I can tell that from hearing you. You're a smart man. We have a lot of people out here listening who are smart people. We got to give a fuck enough to educate ourselves and then pick up the phone, make a phone call, get your ass on your motorcycle or your car, get whatever motivation you got, get on that shit and bring your ass to City Hall, bring your ass to the state capitol and talk to somebody. Those people, believe it or not, whether they believe it or not, they work for you. You're the citizen, not them. They work for you. And you keep going up there until you can be heard. And it helps if you do like I did and bring 200, 300, 400, 500 motherfuckers with you. That helps. That helps. So do that. In February, I'm going up. There's a group of us, the Big Boneyard, A-Bay to Florida, the COC. We're going to get together and we're going to go up to doggone Tallahassee in February. We're going to go up there, about 500-600 motherfuckers. We're going on motorcycles. Some people going in cages, cars, trucks, whatever. But we're going to Tallahassee to talk to our elected officials and tell them what we think they should be doing. Tell them what we think about what they have been doing and everything else. And guess what? They're going to listen. We did it last year. We got.
I'm going with you. I'm going with you.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Man, look, let me know. We're going. We did it last year. We do it every single year. And guess what? This year, it took a minute. It took about 3-4 years to get it done. But we just got a whole bunch of money for motorcycle safety and awareness. A few $1 million. That's a fact. Google it. You'll see. Motorcycle safety and awareness. We got a bunch of money for that. And and believe me, the government ain't just giving out money to a bunch of dirty bikers, right? We get it because we organize. So you can do it.
If he get with me, I have a lot of veterans getting their benefits. If that's what he's talking about, you just got to know how to talk, who to talk to, when to talk to them, and know your rights. So if you get my information, I'll forward it to you, man. And I got a lot of contacts with the different veterans administrations around here, different places. So I'm sure I can reach out to somebody to help you get you some help, man. Just if y'all put my number in the chat for him and just tell him to call me when you get a chance, 912-424-0752.
And double check if that's right. Yeah.
912-424.
Got you. 912
424-0752.
My apologies, everyone. There we go.
Gotcha.
It's the correct one. Boom.
Just tell him to call me in about an hour, man. Call me in about an hour.
That's right.
If we're still on the show, then call me after the show.
Right.
Because it's about to get heated. It's about to get heated in here.
Mm-hmm.
When you see what happened when you watch, man, so you ended up with some information that you didn't know that you was gonna be able to get. That's the whole point of being there. You know what I mean? I was,
Get crazy, man.
When we talking about the whole thing dealing with the veterans, like you said, that hits a soft spot, because I know several veterans. I know one right now that was a command sergeant major in the Army. That's homeless right now. Do you possibly imagine that? A command sergeant major.
Damn.
Homeless right now. And I've known this man for years. And there were several times that I, offered him a place to stay and whatnot, and he wouldn't take it. Like his pride got in the way. You know what I mean? And sometimes you can't let pride keep you from being out here in this damn street. You know what I mean? Like I never understood that. Like why would you let your pride stand in the way? And he said for all the years that I've served, they should make sure that I'm never in this type of situation. Which is absolutely true.
True
It's absolutely true. So he wouldn't take a handout from no one because he felt like, you know what, being the fact that I've gave the government this many years of my life, nobody else should give me nothing. They owe me everything. And he's absolutely correct. He's correct. You know what I mean? It's heartbreaking to see that your soldiers, your warriors, the ones who was trained to fight and defend this country from all enemies, both foreign and domestic, that when they serve their time and you done with them, that you sit them to the side like an old pair of shoes. Hope that somebody grab them and throw them in the dumpster. That kills me. You know what I mean? And just sitting back, just thinking about society as a whole now. What happened to when we was in school, where kids was in school and they actually taught you to stand up before class even started? You had to stand up and say the Pledge of Allegiance. What happened to that? You know what I mean? Like, how do kids nowadays even join the military when you don't know what the fuck you even fight for?
Man, I'm straight.
Because that was something that you learned throughout school was the Pledge of Allegiance, which meant like that was like every time that you did that meant something to you.
Yo, Bishop, check this out. You hit on something that's a big one, and that's this: is that since 20 let me say this properly, since 2016, every branch of the military has fallen very short. I mean, ridiculously short of their recruiting goals every year ever since. It's gotten worse every single year, with the exception of the no bullshit. Y'all can Google this to check it out. But the Marine Corps hits their numbers every single year, and it has exceeded their numbers every single year, including this year where they had the best year ever. But every other branch of the military, recruiting has plummeted. Well, why? What happened consistent with these nosedive numbers? Well, When Trump became president, the numbers plummeted, and they kept going down, and they've been down every year since. What you just said, what are we fighting for? What is it? Why would I why would I dare join the military? Is what these kids are thinking, and they are offering $30,000 and $40,000 enlistment bonuses to join the Army, the Navy. Well, I think the Army's only at 20,000, or excuse me, the Navy's only at 20,000, but the Army is up to $40,000 enlistment bonuses, and people are saying, "No, I'm going to see how this poverty thing is working out. I'm going to give it a little more time." $40,000 versus joining the military, and kids are saying no.
Right.
They're saying no. That's the reason they're saying no, is because they have no confidence in this country. At every COC meeting, at every ABATE meeting, we start with the Pledge of Allegiance every single time. Whether the member is 18 years old or 80 years old, we start with the Pledge of Allegiance. They don't do that in school no more, because now, the Pledge of Allegiance, they're being taught either at home or by some whacked out teacher. They're being taught about a political party. By the way, Democrats, Republicans, those are two wings of the same fucking bird. So stop all the partisan bullshit. Two wings of the same bird. Y'all remember that. But seriously, that's the problem that we have. That's why the military is suffering. China is adding warships by the dozens, literally, where we can barely get a ship a year. Because we're not paying the shipyards. We're fucking ourselves. Because politicians are playing politics. They're not watching out for America and America. Right. They're doing what their party needs, and America is going to suffer as a result of it.
Well, it's all coming down to votes at the end of the day, so that they stay in office. Correct?
Right. That's it.
So
they need to keep their money and their job.
Right.
Fuck you and fuck your job and fuck your money. They ain't worried about that.
Yeah, I'm about to give y'all a solution to a whole lot of stuff that we talked about, and probably things that we're going to talk about. And I teach people this, and I told the NAACP this when I was running for office. We got to learn to take it to the next level. What our problem is, most of our problem is we don't know how to file the proper complaints. We don't know how to file proper procedures or any protocol and all that. We, marching and protesting is great. It's wonderful. It brings awareness. We need it. But it's not going to make effective change. The only thing going to make effective change is pushing that mighty ink pen, because that's what they understand. If right now, one of our number one things that we can file as citizens, and you don't have to be a licensed lawyer. Yeah, I said it, lawyer. Is a writ of mandamus. A writ of mandamus was put in place so that you can have accountability with all your governments, even from the federal, the president, to the Congress, to federal, to state, to local. That you can file a writ of mandamus to force your public officials to do the duties entrusted to them. So if you go into Congress and addressing Congress, threaten them to file a writ of mandamus against them. Believe me, they know what a writ of mandamus is. It's just most of us don't know it. I have been very successful with the writ of mandamus.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head right there, is that most people could do something about it, but maybe don't even know how to go about it or how to get the process started, who to talk to first, because a lot of times you're going to be talking to someone that you're lying on deaf ears. You're complaining to somebody that probably isn't in that department, can't make that change, can't do, or get you connected to the person that you need to get to. So it can be quite challenging, especially with any type of government.
Yeah, let me ask this question. I ask people this at our meetings all the time. What is the Declaration of Independence? If anybody can answer it, I'm just not trying to be smart, just trying to see if we know what the Declaration of Independence is.
Well, we know what it is, but the thing is I guess, are you asking, do we know what it is, like as in what it says, or do we know what it was designed for?
What it is, what I'm gonna get to the nitty gritty. The Declaration of Independence ain't worth the paper it's printed on. It has no validation in law whatsoever. It is a concept. It is what we're supposed to live by. I told Raphael Maddox and Stacey Hagan the same thing. If you want to make effective change, pass laws that would make the Declaration of Independence a legal, ballot document as written. And then we would have the power to say to our government, congressman, you're no longer needed. Because it clearly says when any form of government becomes destructive of its means, the power reverts back to the people. And it's up to the people to alter, abolish, and institute a new government. They know this. That's why it's not, they were just a concept they writ. But the Declaration of Independence has no validation in law whatsoever. It is just a piece of paper.
So you're saying it's basically just something that is a guideline. It's not necessarily required.
That's it. It has no validation in law whatsoever.
And you learn something new every day.
You have to differentiate from the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, because a lot of people try to commingle those things. True. And these are two separate entities. Correct. So it's sort of like the 10 Commandments, for lack of a better way to put it. The 10 Commandments, you're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to kill folks, and you're not supposed to sleep with your neighbor's wife and steal from him, and all that old shit. You're not supposed to, but do people do it? Yeah, every day. Do they go to jail or prison for it? Sometimes, if they get caught, and sometimes if it's a major enough thing. But you're not supposed to lie. People do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
But the thing
go ahead, Bishop.
No, I'm just saying it's a concept. It's a concept versus an actual legal document that can be enacted upon. And have got to differentiate between the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, which the Constitution has a whole other problem because these motherfuckers don't follow that nowadays neither.
Exactly. And listen,
you got to keep it above.
And listen, it's a federal law that I'm facing charges for now because I took a warrant out on a judge, and they say they had the grand jury actually reverse the charges on us and indict us for falsifying documents. But it is under the U.S. Title 18, Section 241, conspiracy against one's rights. If anyone or two persons, if two or more people come together and conspire to deprive you of a right that's secured by the United States Constitution, is a federal offense that carries 10 years imprisonment. Now, why are these people not being locked up?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'm not going to answer that because of the rabbit hole.
Did I not tell you that?
Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Matter of fact, hey,
did I not tell you? I not tell you that this man knows his shit.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Listen, Bobby.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey.
All right. Hey, man, all I do, man, I tell you, literally is read. On my spare time, I read. I go to the gym. I was supposed to fight before my birthday because I train MMA fighters, and so I was trying to do that, but I didn't get the training in. So sometime in probably February or so, I'll get the time in. I'm gonna climb in the cage one more time. So all you mother always talking that shit about what y'all to do, just swing. That's all I can tell you.
That part. Bobby, I tell you, I swear I wish you had a motorcycle because I got some plans.
I'm gonna give me one. I'm gonna give me one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give me one. I'm gonna give me one. Since I met y'all, I gotta get me one. Yeah. Listen, the motorcycle gang is more unity than anybody. I didn't say gangs. Hold on. Y'all script that from the record. I didn't say gang. Motorcycle clubs. My fault, Bishop. Don't snap. Motorcycle club. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that society got us talking like that. You know, but the motorcycle clubs are more unified than any of us revolutionary groups, any civil rights, human rights, whatever you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like, I'm involved in the NAACP heavily. But the thing is, what people don't understand is, and I tell these guys all the time, you'll never hear me say that the NAACP is the oldest civil rights organization in the country. That's a lie. Google it. The oldest civil rights organization in this country is the National Association of the Deaf. The second oldest is the NRA. And they are the biggest. The third is the NAACP. They are not the oldest. Google it. I did.
Right on. Right on. Well, hey, y'all, I'll tell you what. This has been real as all get out. And I gotta excuse myself because my damn family. Oh damn! Did I say that out loud?
Oh, your damn family. Whoa, Archbishop, you take over your man, dude. Handle your man.
I meant, damn, I got a little too comfortable, didn't I? What I meant to say, those lovely people who I love so much. Yeah, I gotta go and,
You gonna be sleeping? Hey, Bishop, you gonna be sleeping? Hey, you gonna be bombing? You gonna be sleeping on the couch tonight?
You might as well just stay on the show at this point.
Go and pull out some blankets for me on that couch, Bishop, if you don't mind. I might need it.
You know, I do got an extra room here.
Yeah, he got the room for you.
I might need some help. I might need some help.
We was about to close it down anyway. I mean, we've been on here for an hour, 35 minutes.
Yeah, man.
You know what? For the first show, this shit went off good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Applaud all of y'all.
That's what's up.
You know, and like I said, this topic here, like I said, it has, as we found out during this hour and 35 minutes, this talk has many legs to it that can branch out, and we can talk about a number of different things, and we didn't even get through the whole list of stuff that was going on, which tells you if it took us an hour and 35 minutes to go through something we did go through, imagine all the other stuff that we didn't go through.
Right.
And one thing that Bobby said that stands true is about the mindset of the people. Okay. And not everything. Now, I mean, bear with me here, but everything throughout the years, there's a certain degree of change. But there has to be a change based on your ethics, your morals, and what you stand for. Not just because you post it on TV and say, okay, this is acceptable. This is the new okay. Because sometimes the shit just ain't okay. And you gotta think that it's not about us. It's not the children right now that's the problem. We the problem because we're not teaching these kids what they should know. You letting them go by the wayside. So it's not their fault if they fuck up. It's your fault for not teaching.
That's a fact.
So,
That's a fact.
So like I said, I appreciate everybody that came. Watch this show. Like I said, like, follow, share. Go on YouTube. Go on the Dominant Effect. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. That's what lets YouTube know that we in here and we doing this shit.
That's
okay?
right.
Go on there. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Next week, next Wednesday, new story. Same cast, new story, more info. Okay? So, like I said, everybody, peace, love, everybody. I appreciate everything you're doing. For the ones that jumped on the Facebook group, I mean, you guys are amazing. Like I literally started that Facebook group 2 days ago. 48 hours. And we have almost people on that group right now.
How many people?
In 48 hours. We got almost 400 people on that group right now.
Damn.
That's what's up.
Oh, wow.
I mean, so the love that y'all shared right there, I appreciate that immensely. Immensely. You know what I mean? And also to show y'all, check this out, y'all.
And that's something I'm about to get crazy on before we leave. I'm going to unbox this.
But you
I
know what the
yet
cool
to see
shit
it.
about this one is? The cool shit about this is that when you turn the lights out, this whole bitch glows.
It glows in the dark, right?
Oh, wow.
That's some hotness. That's some hotness.
And listen, y'all, we always accept the memberships in the outside union. Anybody can join, not just for one company. Anybody.
That's good.
I'll join. Hey,
Good to
if
know.
y'all don't mind, I'll plug the Big Boneyard right quick too. If y'all ain't got enough, Archbishop right here, you can always catch him. He's gonna be on the Big Boneyard. We do that thing every Sunday. So check us out. It's on YouTube or on Facebook. And but yeah, this shit here tonight. How my man say tonight? Oh, this is some hotness right here. This is some good shit. And I hope everybody enjoyed this thing, man, because this is I feel like this is the start of so much more, you know. So so y'all, peace, love, and hair grease, you know. But yeah,
That's right. That's right. Hey, and so real quick, I wanted to, before everyone splits out of here, I did want to do an unboxing by creations by Miss MZ Lotus. All right, guys. So I'm not going to show the shipping label, of course, but I am going to open this up real quick because I have been waiting for this live to open this. because I'm excited. I saw Archbishop, so I was like, oh damn. So let's see what we got here. We're opening this
Hey,
up.
Mike, make sure you turn down, take my number down and call me, man, when you get a chance. I want to talk to you about my channel.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Look at that.
Oh,
Damn.
man, hey, I want one of them with the Justice League.
It's even got my name on this.
Oh,
Look
wow.
at that. That's incredible. Look at the detail, man.
I know,
This
right?
is-
Like a
this is my goal.
like a cup tattoo.
Yeah. And it glows in the dark. Like what, dude? Like,
Damn.
and it tells and the washing instructions even. Like, wow. This
Yeah,
is serious,
I gotta
serious
get me one. I gotta get one of them.
Shoot, man, this can be up for sale here soon. Without the names from us, of course, it'll be just the Diamond Effect for you guys. But yeah, it's coming out very soon. I think Archbishop. I think we're going to be probably rocking those here in the next couple of weeks. We're doing orders and stuff.
Yeah, we work.
Man, y'all need to get some T-shirts and some and some gloves.
It's already, so the T-shirts are already done. The T-shirts have already been printed.
Okay.
This in, and then being bone, we working on some stuff on the boneyard thing. Like I said, like this is the shirt that we working on.
Yeah,
I need y'all to get some gloves, man. I need y'all to get some open gloves.
Yes, you know what I mean. There's a bunch of stuff that's getting ready to come in. Like I said, 24 is gonna be some totally new shit. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a bomb on the boneyard. It's gonna be a bomb on the Diamond Effect. Like we gonna make this happen. You know what I mean? Come hell or high water, we're gonna make this shit happen.
So you guys can see it right there. The business card, of course, this is a public business card, so I can put this out there, the social medias and stuff like that. If you guys want any merch by Miss Lotus, her contact is 407-952-4067, and creations by Miss Lotus with a Z, MZ Lotus, LOTUS, and that's all over the social medias, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, everything. So
hey, man, they got some digital business cards that I use, man. You can make a digital business card, man, and send it out to people in that link and stuff.
Yes, sir. That's the best way to do it.
That's what you're talking about, the spot.
Yeah, there's that. You've got the dot as well. I've got it on the back of my phone, so people can scan my phone and they've got every one of my links.
Yeah, that's it. One of them. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's business cards of it. There's the dots to put on the back of your phone. There's all social stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff like that. Like that particular tumble there, you know what I mean? It can be personalized with your name and stuff on it. Like I said, there's some other stuff that we're working on. It's gonna be up here real soon. You know what I mean? For anybody that's interested in getting it, it's gonna be up here real soon.
Bishop, y'all gotta put your pictures. You gotta put your pictures on there, man. For somebody want custom pictures.
So it's not. It's actually printed on there. It looks like a wrap, but it's not. It's printed.
Okay.
Like you can actually see like the seam here. That's not a seam that is real. That's just from the actual. It kind of looks like it's a wrap, but it's not. It's actually been printed on there. So pretty impressive, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that thing here, man, I had to hold it up to the light out. You know what I mean? Just to see what it was going to do, and it glows like a fluorescent blue.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Is what it glows. So it's not the regular little neon green. This one here is like a fluorescent blue.
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
Oh yeah, that's definitely what's up.
Yeah.
But hey, man,
because we've been sitting up here just chatting. We're gonna end back.
Hey, man, we love it. But yeah, much love and respect to everybody. Bobby, I cannot thank you enough for coming in and taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you're a very, very busy man. We went over just some of your accolades and the things that you have done and are continuing to do. Like I said, this is why I labeled this One Man Many Missions. And I see you as that person. And you've got many things going on for you. And these are things that I want to hop on board right away with you and I can't wait to talk to you off the show and stuff like that. And we can figure out, some of the things that I can do and you can do for, whatever. We'll figure out ways we can work together. But nonetheless, guys, I can't thank you guys enough. Bobby, again, for coming on the show and taking time out of your schedule. Archbishop, man, what an amazing show. For the very first show, come on, man. That's as beautiful as it gets. So
yeah, I appreciate the invite.
Anytime. And Bobby, anytime you want to come on, just let us know, and we'll definitely make sure that we clear some schedules for you.
I'm trying to be here every week if y'all let me.
Hey, that's the type of time we're on. You know what I mean? That's the type of time we're on. So, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and burn out of here. I appreciate you guys again from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, man, we'll see you guys on flip side in what 7 days. We're gonna be right back at the same bad time.
Every
5
Wednesday,
p.m.
8 p.m.
Every Wednesday, 8 p.m.
Yep. So it's 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
EST, 7 p.m. CST, and 5 p.m. PST. All right, guys, because I'm over here on the West. So, but yeah, man, much love and respect to everybody. Let's go ahead and get you guys out of here. Much love.
All right, take care.
On the flip side.
Hello there, children. Today's topic, we're going to talk about gang banging. I don't mean women, I mean gangsters banging. I really don't think banging is permittable today. You should gang bang.
Kids talking gang